Welcome to Slow Home Studio. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to use templates. In the previous tutorial, we learned about scale, we learned about how to use the scale ruler, and we also learned about how to use sketch paper to draw a floor plan. Today, we're going to combine all of these things together in the use of templates. And all templates are, is they're basically scale drawings of some of the furniture, fixture, or finishes in a house, and you can use these scale drawings to try to start to work on the design of a certain section of your house. Today, we're going to work on the kitchen area, and I'm going to show you how to use the kitchen templates to actually work out some appliance layouts and some sink placements. So the first thing that we need to do, of course, is we need to set up our base drawing, which is the first thing that you always do whenever you're working on a floor plan. So we've got our main floor plan underneath. Remember, we never draw on top of our good floor plan. We always use sketch paper to go on top. So I'm going to tear a piece of sketch paper off, turning it over, and I'm going to secure the sketch paper down in the corners so that I can draw on top of it. And we're going to work on the kitchen. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the outline of the kitchen just very quickly. I've got my counter there in front of the window, in the back wall here. Don't need to draw the whole floor plan. I'm just going to draw the area that I'm going to be working in. And I've got some built-in millwork storage here that I'm going to draw in place. And then I've got my kitchen island. I'm going to draw that in like that. Good, so I've got my base condition. If I lift up the drawing, you can see that I've sketched it in place there. Now I'm going to use the templates to actually locate some of the appliances and fixtures. So the two things that I'm going to work on today are the sink and the cooktop. So I've got one template that has a whole bunch of different cooktops on it. And I'm going to take a smaller piece of trace, and I'm just going to trace the outline of the cooktop that I'm going to use. And I'm going to just use this induction cooktop down here. And this template is to scale. And this is really, really important that you know this, that our drawing scale is 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. And your template also needs to match that scale as well, because if they don't match, then your fixtures or your appliances are going to be either too big or too small for the drawing. So you have to make sure that the scale of the template matches the scale of the drawing. That's very, very important. So we know that this is at the right scale. It's 1/4 inch. There's a whole bunch of different appliances on here. I've chosen one. And now what I can do is I can take that cooktop and I can start to put it on a different layer and move it around the kitchen and try to see to scale where I might be able to place it. So that's one thing. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to work on the sink at the same time. So I'm going to take a separate smaller sheet of trace paper, and I'm going to go over to the sink template, and I'm just going to trace the outline of this double sink. And again, you don't have to do it perfectly. You can do it quite quickly as long as you get the general layout of it and the general shape. It doesn't have to be a perfect drawing. It's just a sketch. And I can also now start to place the layout of the sink on my plan. The cool thing is, now with the two on separate layers, I can move them around and see how they relate to each other. And I can try either that way, or I could also say, what would it look like if we put the cooktop over here and put the sink on the island? I can try different locations until more or less I get the one that I like. And then once I establish where I'm going to sort of place it, I can put these layers underneath and line them up and adjust them into position. So I get them in the right location, and I can trace those onto my drawing in their final locations, like this. Again, very quick, easy to do. Move the sink around a little bit. Maybe I want it down a little bit further away, like that. And then lifting up my drawing, you can see that I've now transferred the outline from the template onto my kitchen layout. So it's really cool. It's very easy to do. There's a lot of flexibility with templates because all you're doing is tracing and transferring. And the other cool thing is there's not just templates for appliances and for fixtures, but there's also templates for furniture, lighting, accessories. You can basically design your whole floor plan using a template.